Welcome to the D Post for All Season Sports Show. I'm Drew Rubenstein, and I'm with publisher Dave Raese. And Dave, we just saw one of the most drastic turnarounds in WVU history from one week to the next. Where would you rank this one in the history books?
Well, that's a pretty good one. I mean, Oklahoma State came in; they were highly ranked, and they had a pretty good, high-powered offense, especially what they did to us, to West Virginia last year. So it was, and coming off the game against Maryland, it didn't look good, but. Team stepped it up.
When I look at it, I think two seasons kind of pop to my mind that are comparable. In 2003, Rich Rodriguez's Mountaineers fell to 1-3 on the season, just gotten blown out by Maryland in similar fashion, and then they go down to Miami, who's number 2 in the country, and they go toe-to-toe the Quincy Wilson run, and they're in position to win, and then Kellen Winslow makes that great catch. But then after that game, that loss, just to see the turnaround from the Maryland game to the Miami game, and then it kind of carried out throughout the rest of the season because WVU rattled off 7 straight wins to get into the Gator Bowl. And the other one that's probably not as dramatic of a one-game turnaround was 1994 when WVU started the season 3-5, just gotten blown out by Miami, and then they rattled off 4 straight wins to get into a bowl game, including 2 wins against ranked Boston College and Syracuse teams. Are there other seasons, though, and other turnarounds that pop into your mind that are maybe similar?
Probably not turnaround so much, but the changing quarterback situation when we discovered Pat White in that Louisville triple overtime game. Of course, you know what that led to. Now, I'm not saying that Clint Trickett is the next coming of Pat White, but I think he definitely showed some leadership and guts and stuff, could rally the team. So, this might be the spark that the offense has been missing, and so maybe we'll see something similar there.
Did this game make you wonder where Clint Trickett had been through the first 4 games, or did you get what Dana Holgorsen was saying about the communication and just needed more time?
Well, I mean, he's the coach. He knows those things better than I, but, I always used to kid, like Major Harris probably didn't need too much instruction when he was leading us because he was such a good athlete. I don't think Clint Trickett is Major Harris, but I think he knows sort of how to rally a team, and he might be closer to having a coach on the field, maybe, his dad being a coach and stuff. And then he's a Morgantown kid for the most part, so it meant a lot to him. I thought maybe looking back now, he should have got a shot maybe at Oklahoma game or the Maryland game. It couldn't have hurt, but turned out it was I don't think he could have salvaged the Maryland game, but this certainly turned out to be a good home opening for him, and so now we'll see how it goes the rest of the year.
We'll see how it goes. It was unexpected. WVU knocks off number 11 Oklahoma State 30-21. The turnaround is one thing, but just in terms of an upset victory that kind of came out of nowhere, West Virginia's kind of been known for that. When people peg them one way, they bounce around and prove something else. Are there other games that come to mind that are similar to this type of unexpected upset victory?
They don't come to me. Like I said, I was looking back at the streaks and stuff.
Yeah.
So, but I think it happens all over. College football, pro football. I always think people that say they make money betting on sports are liars, because I just don't see how they can figure out some of these things.
When you look at it too, West Virginia to come back the way they did, is this what does it say about West Virginia? Do you give a lot of credit to the coaching staff, or is this more on the players for a team to kind of unite after that type of lopsided loss?
Well, I think you have to give credit to both. Obviously, the defense team, the defensive side, played very well. They were, seemed to be doing what they needed to do, and you have to give some, credit to both sides there. And the offense, it did what it needed to do to win. With Trickett and everything else. I think both sides get it. They had some good plays called, defensive stuff. They didn't make as many mistakes as before. So and the coaching staff deserves credit for the kids could have got down after the Maryland game. They could have given up the season, and then their starting quarterback's hurt, and so now you're going to your third quarterback, and so. However it worked out, and you have to give both sides credit.
You touched on this. Is this a little bit of why you like college athletics? We're 5 games into the season, and WVU goes from playing toe-to-toe with Georgia State and William and Mary and getting blown out by Maryland, and then they beat Oklahoma State, and you really don't know maybe what West Virginia's made of?
18, 19, 20-year-old kids, and they say the pros happens too, but these are kids, and they got schedules and girlfriends and schools and tests and whatever, so you never know, but I always say that's why you go to the game.
Absolutely. Dave, appreciate your time. Thanks. And please continue to check thedpost.com for all the latest on the Mountaineers. Thanks for tuning in today.